Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the Big 3. I am your host, Melody Dixon, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pro Event Planners, creating fabulous events on any budget. Today, we're going to talk about the big 3 answers you need to know in order to start your event in excellence. So get your pens and papers out. It's about to go down. Before I start, I want to let you know that I have been in business for quite a while. I have studied hospitality and I have learned from the big brands like the Hiltons, the DoubleTree, the Marriott, the Sheraton, and I gained all this skill, and that's what I use to come to serve my clients. My clients are startups who have, maybe because of the pandemic, have decided to start their business and they want to grow their business through events. Or it could be large companies who already have been in business for years, but they want to expand. They want to maybe diversify into different things, and they need to get the word out there that they're doing this new thing, and they want to grow that way through events. It could be you're just looking to grow your social circle, maybe get connected to people in your life, maybe meet new people, and you want to grow through events. My job is to help you do that. And I'm an event planner, so I manage all the behind the scenes of it all so that you can be free to do that thing that is on your heart. In preparation to work with an event planner, there are 3 main things that, you need to know and you need to have answers for, because the planners will be asking that. And just so I can get a feel for the people on the call and their experience with event planners, go ahead and post in the comments if you've ever worked with an event planner before. Post about what you liked and what you didn't like. So the 3 things, I'm going to start off by telling you number 1, get clear on the type of event. Sometimes people just, they want to do something. They're not sure. Is it a party? Is it just a gathering? Is it more like just a dinner? They're not too sure. So get clear before you get on the call with the planner, because the type of your event will affect the price. If you want to have a big dinner party for 50 people, you're celebrating a birthday, but you don't want it to be a party, you just want it to be a dinner. Or you've decided you want to have the party for 50 people. The difference is, with a dinner party, it's just dinner and servers and drinks. With a party, you can go wild with the decorations, DJ, lighting, dance floor, and all those things influence the budget. So get clear on what you want. It also affects the venue that we choose. If you want to do an elopement, then of course we wouldn't do like a cathedral, we'll do a chapel. If you want to have an intimate beach wedding, then the setup would be just maybe the minister and the 2 people, or you'll have an arch setup but you won't have any chairs because it's an elopement. There's just 2 people, maybe a witness and the minister. Versus if you wanted to have a sunrise wedding for 50 people, then you need to have chairs and an aisle and an arch and some kind of a beverage station. You maybe need to get permits to use the beach because you're bringing physical structures onto a particular beach and the city requires permitting. So it all matters. So get clear on the type of event that you want. That's number 1. Number 2, decide where, when, and how long. I know. It's 3 things in one, and I kind of had to squeeze it in there because they're all connected. Where, let me give you an example. So I had a call yesterday. A client saw my information on Instagram and she reached out and she wanted to have a wedding in Florida, a beach wedding. And so she wasn't sure if it was Fort Lauderdale or Fort Myers. So being that I'm from the area, I know those 2 places are hours apart in distance. So as is my job, I helped her get clear on what would be the best fit for her, the kind of look and feel that she's going for, and she settled on Fort Lauderdale. Sometimes you want to have a garden wedding and you want to choose the right venue that has well-kept landscaping, deliciously looking secret garden type thing, then you would choose that versus someone who just has a lawn or a paved area. That would not be a garden wedding. I mean, it could be if you brought in all the gardenness of it all to put in the space, but you want to use a venue that has most of the aesthetics that you're looking for, and that's going to be easier on the budget, and you can use that money elsewhere to kind of elevate the event without kind of creating it from scratch if you don't have to. And the when of it all matters. If you want to have a beach wedding, most people would want to have it in summer. The weather is beautiful, the ocean is nice and turquoise. If you go early January, maybe late December, there may be a little bit of a chill in the air for Florida. Yes, it does happen. You also want to make sure that you're aware of what the weather is doing. Is there hurricane in the Gulf somewhere, storms? So the when matters. You need to choose the right time frame and the right time of day. You don't want the guests to be out in the sun roasting at like 12 noon. Beach weddings are great early morning for sunrise, late afternoon, 4 or 5 o'clock, or even 6, 7 o'clock just as a sunset wedding. You don't want to go 12 to 3. It's too hot. Okay? And then the how long. Oftentimes venue will give you the rental for a 4-hour event, and they may include an hour or 2 for setup and an hour for breakdown. If you have an elaborate setup, then you may need more than the 2 hours to get your dance floor and your pin spot lighting, and you're building a stage and you're bringing in more flooring and ceiling draping and room draping. You need more than the 2 hours. So then you'd have to pay for that. So once the client is clear on how long their event is, then the planner can tack on time before and after to get all the decorating and setup done, and then the cleanup done at the end. Okay, so all of that is number 2. Number 3, and this is a tricky one, and where many clients kind of stumble. They are not planners themselves, so they're not sure how much money they should set aside for the budget. And the rule of thumb is to estimate a good, depending on what the event is, a good, starting at like $2,000 for decor, basic stuff, for tables, chairs, linens, just to be on the safe side. What's the worst that could happen? You meet that. The best thing that could happen is you have a planner who's resourceful and you come in under that. It makes sense to have a number in mind that the max you ever want to spend on a particular event is this dollar amount or this range. And that's going to give the planner an idea as to what to include in the decor package, what to remove, what to substitute, so that they stay at or under your budget. Now, if there's a situation where the client is open, or there is a decor item that they must have, and there's room to grow in the budget, then of course, then the budget will be exceeded. That's going to happen, of course, with lots of communication with the client. You wanted this, you wanted live peacocks strolling through your garden wedding. It's going to cost XYZ. Or you want white peacocks. Or you want the release of falcons when the groom is coming down the aisle. Whatever it is, it's going to cost money. So have a number in your mind as to what you want to spend. All right, so those are my big 3 things to know, so that when you start your event planning process, you'll start it in excellence. You know those 3 things, you're on the way to success. Get clear on the type of event. Get clear on where, when, and how long. And then have some sort of clarity on the budget. Post in the comments for me if you've ever worked with a planner and what you liked about working with a planner and what you didn't like. And you know what, go ahead and add what you're surprised about with working with a planner. And bearing in mind, a planner is different than an event decorator. An event planner is the person that would meet with you, enroll you in their services, handle your budget, create a budget, and secure all the vendors to include an event decorator. An event decorator is a person who pulls in linens and flowers and draping and all that to make the venue, the location, look the way that you want based on the theme of your event or your purpose. So they handle the aesthetics, and the planner would handle all the logistics and bringing everything together. Okay, my friends, if you have any questions in regards to event planning or event decorating, let's connect. My email address is info@myproeventplanners.com. I am on LinkedIn at Melody Dixon. I'm on Instagram as Melody D. Dixon. I'm on Twitter as Pro Event Planner. I'm on YouTube as Pro Event Planners. All right. Take care, and I'll see you next Wednesday when I'll share with you another big 3 things to consider when planning your events. Have a good night.